Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Michelle Flawless. So today we're going to be talking about LGBT in particular. Yeah, basically being gay, why bother? I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment. I had a bit of tonsillitis recently. Don't know where that came from, but yeah, have not been well. So just on some strong antibiotics at the moment to recover from that. Yeah, I should be okay. I lived till another day. Yeah, touch wood. Right, today we're going to be talking about gay rights. So, I've been gay for 35 years, and I can honestly tell you now, guys, there's just no point in bothering. Just give me a minute. Yeah, no point in bothering at all. Through the hardship I've been through the bullying I've been through in my life as a gay man, till it gets up to 2025, to the point where it gets that accepted that it just becomes ridiculous, to the point where animal abuse is horrifying, to the point where the world becomes a very scary, dangerous, dark place. And unfortunately, that's what we have now. But there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do about it. In the word of the Lord, what is done is done. You know? What shall be done, shall be done. And it has been done. And I think over the years as well, as a gay man, I've took that step back and I have confessed all of my sins to God, and I've apologised to God profusely. And I think what's brought me back as a stronger person is turning my back on gay men. I literally want nothing to do with gay men anymore at all. It's actually got that bad that I actually hate men now. Like, not all men, do you know what I mean? Giovanni with Deli, he's fine. But it's just like, men in general population, I just can't be asked anymore. You know what I mean? If someone was to ask me out, the answer would be no. And I think as well, we have a lot to blame with the trans community, because they like to push it. They like to push the narrative for so many years into the government's face, where, like, I went to London Pride last year and I was in the actual main parade, and they were like, trans rights now, when do we want it? Now. Trans rights now, when do we want it? Now. And I just thought, hasn't the world gone a bit crazy? Just a bit. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Ever since the day my parents disowned me years ago, yes, I've found it tough. Yes, I've been suicidal sometimes. But I've managed to hold it all together. I just say to myself that I'm better than my parents ever was, like people tell me. And that I've put all my faith in God these days, I really do. Because He is our creator, and He is the judgment of this whole entire universe. And let's just say He's coming back very soon. Very soon. Sooner than we think. And when He does, we're going to know about it, and He's going to put everything back to normal on this planet, on His earth. He's going to wipe the slate clean. Do you know what I mean? Something needs to be done. Because this trans ideology bollocks, I do apologise, has got too much for the world to deal with, especially the straight population. And fair enough, it all started off as Adam and Eve and that. But now what have we got? We've got, without obviously offending the trans community out there, we have got men that are now females. And that's fine. But where do you think the danger lies? It lies with the children, because they don't understand. And I think it is God, that is our creator, to put some strength and reaffirm things in the rest of the world with his supernatural mighty powers, to say, fuck this shit up, stop it, because it's too much. And of recent years, months, have you seen the weather turn? Have you seen what's happened in LA? Have you heard about all the ring of the volcanoes going off? Have you heard about Yellowstone near Jeffree Star going to explode very soon? We are living in the end times. And God, our creator, is absolutely fuming. But not only who else is fuming, we've got Putin that's fuming, because he doesn't agree with LGBT, which is fair enough. I don't agree with LGBT anymore. I used to. I used to love going to the drag shows. I used to hang about in gay pride all the time. Now I just don't entertain it, because it's evil. I have seen the dark side as a gay man over the years, what LGBT is really like. And it's not nice. It's all about greed. It's all about money. It's all about manipulation. It's all about control. And I left that fucking LGBT gang years ago. No, thank you. No offence to the general population, but half the population is gay now. Do you know what I mean? Half the men behind closed doors at home at sucking dick 24/7, getting fucked, getting face fucked, taking drugs, doing illegal stuff, which is fine, that's their life. But when you put it all into context, and half the world is doing it, then you're going to get problems. Then you're going to get more crime. Then you're going to get confused children. Then you're going to get half the population that becomes angry. But then no, what does the government do? Oh, make it more and more easier for people to be gay over the years. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think over the last few years, LGBT in particular has been very lucky, and we are very lucky as LGBT people in the UK, or where I'm originally from, the UK, to have that freedom of expression and that free reign for so long, until people get pissed off with it. And now, centuries after, straight people being silenced from the government, yeah, because straight people are the straight population. Hello, straight population, my darlings. Michelle is protecting everyone. Please like this video and subscribe. We will get there one day with the Planet Lord. We really will. Planet Lord, with our mighty God, our creator. We really will, my darlings. Because this world, at this moment in time, I do not like living in this world. I really don't. You hear some horrible fucking stories, and it's just fucked up, do you know what I mean? Who the fuck is this pleb walking this way? Absolute knobhead. What's he looking up at my windows for like an absolute twat? Excuse me 2 seconds. Absolute numpty. This build, I've got nothing better to do. But yeah, sorry, like I was trying to say, I just think the world has turned into such a dangerous, dark place. I really do. And it's only a matter of time before things escalate, like World War III. You know what I mean? You talk about Adam and Eve, which was beautiful to start off with. We had Adam and Eve, and that's fine. That was God Almighty Creator that created Adam and Eve, if you think about it. But now, years later now, we've got he, she, they, them, their, transgender, non-binary, non-conforming. Do you know what I mean? You might as well call yourself a fucking alien or a sociopath. Because that's the world, that's the way put it this way, that's the way the world has now gone down, isn't it? That's the route the world has took. Yeah. And I think if the UK government wasn't as lenient as they have been, I need to cut that up so I cut myself with a razor. Right, it's Scarface now. Yeah, basically, if the government wasn't as lenient as they have been over the years with LGBT, I don't reckon it would have got this far. I don't even reckon it would have got to World War III. I just reckon the world is really pissed off because everyone's confused. That's the God's honest truth. Everybody now in this day and age is just confused. And that's not a good time or a good place to be in, where God, Almighty Creator, basically built a man and a woman. But now it's been took over by Steve, that rule the world, that take all the money, and take all the jobs. Greed. I was watching a documentary on this gay couple a few nights ago. Watch the video if you haven't watched it. That adopted children, raped them. Yeah. People of the LGBT community. Put cameras in the teddy bears. Beat the children up, controlled them. Put them to sleep with sedatives. I would never, ever look at a gay man the same way that I used to ever again. Do you know what I mean? After seeing something like that, how on earth could you do that to a poor, beautiful child? I do not know. And there are some sick people out there. Let me tell you this now, as a gay man from 35 years, there is some sick, fucked up gay men out there. There really is, honestly. There honestly is. I could name a few people, but I'm not going to. But there is. You know what I mean? It took me a lot over the years to see sense. It took a lot for me to get my head straight. And it's hard for me to say this as Michelle. But I think when you've been messed about so many times in life in general, and you just keep fighting the narrative, why keep pushing the narrative? Why keep fighting why keep pushing the narrative? Why keep pushing LGBT into people's faces? Oh, piss off. I didn't even fucking set it, you stupid cunt. Yeah. Why keep pushing the narrative? What is the point of pushing the narrative all the time? Especially onto children, into schools. The UK wants to be ashamed. They have fucking taught that shit to children in UK schools. They were teaching LGBT literature to children, young children in schools. That is where the world has gone fucking cuckoo. That is where governments need to be sued. That is where parents, a while ago I was reading in the press, stopped taking their children to schools. I'm not surprised. If I was a mother and I had children, I would not want my children to be listening to that shit. I would not want my children to be forced into school listening to that LGBT bollocks. I'm sorry. But we're in 2025 now. And just because LGBT over the years has become more accepting, still doesn't give anybody the right to not be allowed to express themselves the way I am about it. I did in the past, but I went the wrong way about it. But unfortunately, because LGBT is so blasé, You have to be very careful what you say online because they charge you for a hate crime. But luckily here in Scotland, they don't give a shit, so I will say what I want. And if anybody doesn't like this video, simply don't watch it. It's quite simple. But yeah, I do not like LGBT people. I cannot stand gay men. I cannot. I was arrested in Norwich a few years ago for a hate crime attack on a gay person because they pissed me off that much. The LGBT community almost wrecked my life in Norfolk. So I went for the LGBT community. I sure did. I got in trouble because I used to cause quite a lot of scenes at the gay bars on purpose. I got into arguments with a few of the gay staff. How rude is this? One security guard, years ago when I was dressed up as Michelle, when I went to the Castle Gay Bar, that absolute fucking puff palace, cannot stand the place, do not go there. You've got a batty man that works behind the fucking bar, that is rude as hell, that is the manager of the place. And he had the audacity, when I had my last boyfriend a few years ago, we were set up the table, we were having an amazing night together. And all because I kicked off a few years ago, when this stupid spastic security guard was mocking me and my dress and was calling me a freak and all of this shit when I was dressed up beautifully as Michelle, I kicked off. So I kicked off, I threw a Carlsberg drink at the fucking security guard, I threw a glass at the member staff's head that was behind the fucking counter, and then I got barred from the Castle Gay Bar in Norwich. Yeah, that absolute puff palace freak show of a place that I will never step foot in again. I remember sitting there with my beautiful boyfriend at the time. His name was Adam. And, yeah. He's bisexual, but I don't judge anyone. We were together for about 8 months, but then we just drifted apart because he wanted different things, I wanted different things. And we just went quietly, went our separate ways, that was it. But yeah, we went on a boat ride together. Yeah, he was alright. He used to be in a few of my old YouTube videos. So I don't know if you've seen any of those around, but if anybody's got some old YouTube videos back in the day of me and my boyfriend going back on the boat back and Norwich Canal, I'll send you some money for it if you can send me it. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I used to have, this was a few years ago now, about 4 or 5 years ago now. Yeah, and then when me and my boyfriend were out on the boat, I was like that because I saw Matty Lucas. The guy that I slept with, and we had quite a passionate time together a few years later. So you could say I've been around the block. No, I haven't. I'm not a slag. But put it this way. I saw Matty Lucas. We were in the boat together, me and my ex-boyfriend. And he probably thought, oh, fucking hell, I want a bit of that. But no, it wasn't like that. But no, yeah, me and my boyfriend, he took me on like a canal trip and paid for the boat. And it was amazing. This is a few years ago now in Norwich. And he was a lovely guy, honestly. He was really nice. He's really sweet. He's really cute. And he was nice. Really nice guy. So hello if you're watching, Adam. Yeah. I was 29 and he was 28. So yeah, just a year difference between us. But I went to meet his mum, and his mum wasn't very nice. She wasn't very nice at all. I went to his house. His house was messy. His parents or his nan didn't look pleased to see me. And they clearly could tell that obviously they accepted him for being gay, but they just didn't like his boyfriends. You know what I mean? A bit like my ex-parents. Any boyfriend I had, they didn't like him. Apart from Simon, my ex-boyfriend, when basically he fucked up our relationship. And then my mum started to not like him, and my dad. Yeah, I surprised my dad when I was younger. He was like, Matthew, fuck him off. He's horrible. He's going to hurt you. Get away from Simon. What's he done to you? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? Even though my dad wasn't that way inclined, my dad did used to help me with my ex-boyfriend. He was just like, Matthew, fuck him off. There's plenty of men out there. You can get with somebody else. But I wasn't really thinking logically at that point. Because my ex-boyfriend was 6'4", hung as a horse, and I loved him so much. I didn't want to be with anybody else at that time, after 9 years. So yeah. I think that's also when I lost the plot as well, my ex-boyfriend in 9 years. I kind of become accustomed to my boyfriend that I loved so much. And I said to myself, no, there's not going to be another guy out there that loves me as much as Simon. And I got to be honest with you, I could cry so much because I don't ever think there ever will be another guy that loves me as much as Simon did. But if that day ever comes, that day will come. Michelle looks forward to finding that man of her dreams again. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I will have a boyfriend again because I suffer from severe learning disabilities. I'm an absolute nightmare to live with, I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't think my boyfriend would be able to put up with my behaviour. I have mood swings like anything. I mean, I'm alright now, but back in the day it was bad, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to laugh. Oh my God, I put my ex-boyfriend through so much. I used to buy washing machines and then take them apart and get bored of them and then electrocute myself in the kitchen. Yeah. That was back when I used to live in England. Fuck knows how many washing machines I went through. I think me and my parents don't know about this. This is quite embarrassing. I mean, my mum knew I used to take washing machines apart and fix them. But I don't think the extent of how many washing machines me and my ex-boyfriend went through. I tell you what. Yeah. It was a good 20, 30, 40 washing machines that I went through. Oh well, that's just my hobby. But that nearly killed me, because one day I got bored, took one apart in the kitchen, was trying to fix it, as you do. This is the story. So I went to my ex-boyfriend's house in Coventry, and his washing machine broke. And my boyfriend at the time, Simon, he was like, why don't you fix the washing machine? So I tried to fix the washing machine. And, yeah, you guessed it. I let out this mighty shriek from the kitchen. I had touched a 250-volt power adapter on the inside of the washing machine by accident. And my boyfriend come running through, and then I literally just stood there shaking, and I was screaming, and I was proper shaking for a good half an hour. Yeah. So I wouldn't ever do that again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not perfect. I wish I was. You know what I mean? But yeah, my boyfriend, he's done some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. They went on holiday. You're gonna laugh now. My boyfriend's parents went on holiday, right? And my boyfriend got bored at home, and there was a load of rubbish in the house. And I said to him, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, let's have a bonfire." And I was like, "You what?" He was like, "Babe." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why don't we have a bonfire?" I was like, "Where?" He was like, "In the back garden." I was like, are you for fucking real? I was like, the neighbours will be able to see that. And my boyfriend was like, and I want to burn my old television anyway. We could just burn shit and have a laugh in it. So, yeah. He decided to burn things in the garden. But then when it wasn't going so clever and the wind was going in the opposite direction, where do you think my ex-boyfriend decided to light the fire? Are you ready for this? My boyfriend lit a bonfire right in his yard of his parents' house. Yeah. And we nearly had to call the fire brigade because the flames from the wind were going the wrong way and went all up the whole entire of the wall of the house, and the whole house nearly caught on fire. So yeah, me and my ex-boyfriend had a massive job of clearing that up. And oh, I forgot something. There was just bits and bobs in the house. And my ex-boyfriend, he was a loving, caring, beautiful man when he wanted to be. But he was dangerous. And I don't know what happened with him, but I think his way of taking his frustration out on his parents or something was to burn half of their stuff. That's what he did in their garden in Coventry, hence why they moved. But yeah, he actually found a car battery. This is what my ex-boyfriend did. And I was like, Jesus Christ, bruv. I still remember it to this day. He bought the car battery down from his bedroom because my ex-boyfriend used to have a big moped, you know what I mean, an electric one. So he found a battery that he didn't want anymore, and he put it in the garden, and he set that on fire and put petrol off. I thought, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking nuts. So yeah, people can call me nuts all apart from my past videos. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a right nutter. You know what I mean? I used to be addicted to coke, methamphetamine, teen, speed. But, a bit like Britney Spears, I turned myself around. I mean, Britney Spears, she's backtracked recently, hasn't she? She's gone back on the drugs, bless her. But I'm pleased with myself. I really am. I think I've come so far. And I can now talk into a camera. I've now got a stable mind. About 7 years ago, I couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? I think the biggest change for me in my life is getting right with the Lord, which I now do. I don't really entertain men anymore. And yeah, I am lonely. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm lonely 24/7. But I would rather be lonely than be with a man that is either bossing me about, controlling me, telling me what to do, or hurting my feelings. And I think that's another thing as well as an important gay man. Not that gay anymore, ex-gay man, I should say. I find that very hard to deal with, especially with men. I just don't even go there with men anymore because I think, well, what's the point of getting hurt? I've been over it so many times before. I've been over it previous times with men. I've been raped in the past, not going to keep saying that. But that's happened to me. And also I just think with two men, especially in a gay relationship, it just takes so much dedication, doesn't it, for a gay couple to get together, to love each other, to snog each other, to have sex with each other. And after those COVID vaccinations, if a guy snogs me in that, okay, I'll be honest with you, I will still kiss a guy. I would still snog Matty Lucas's face off. I would, I'm not going to lie. But I think for me, that sexual element when it comes to guys and being into that same sex is not there anymore. Just ain't. After I had those vaccinations, that just completely changed me as a person. Yeah. That's when my DNA got changed. You know what I mean? And I plan to sue the government for that. I will be suing the government at the end of this year for that in the UK because I went through so much. And having those COVID vaccinations has really fucked me up as a person. I don't feel like Matthew. I'm not Matthew now, I'm Michelle. But I don't feel like the person that I used to be. I feel like I feel like an empty shell most days. And I just feel like I'm someone that I wasn't born in the body that I should. Does that make sense? When you've been through so much, when you had your DNA changed, especially, you don't feel normal. You don't feel natural, do you? You know what I mean? And this fucking COVID bionic vaccination bollocks, COVID wasn't ever made to be put in the human body anyway, is it? No, it caused breathing difficulties. It caused chest problems, heart palpitations. Yeah, and what do? They give it to someone like me that's a fucking heart patient. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Scottish Power is now asking me to install an electricity meter. Well, that's not going to go down well with the landlord, is it, when you can't even access the fucking electricity meter? But yeah, so I got sidetracked then a little bit. But yeah, that's where I just took a turn in my life. I just thought, you know what, sin is just horrible. Sin is nasty. It really is. You know what I mean? I've seen some fucked up shit in my life. I've seen the devil. I've seen the dark side. That's what it is. When you're gay and you are deliberately sinning and causing so much hatred and shit in the world and confusion and that, don't think you're going to get away with it because it will come back on you. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to come back on you straight away. But for what you've done, I did. Physically or verbally to someone, will come back to haunt you for the rest of your life. You really will do. And I just think in this day and age as well, especially with myself, I am proud that I haven't let other men control me. I haven't let other men beat me up. I haven't let anybody into my life for 7 years because I've said to myself, Michelle, you are better than them. You are stronger than them. you are not going to have someone come into your life and hurt you like the way men have done. Do you know what I mean? I think the only person I go out with is a millionaire. I've been honest with you, not because I want the money, but because one, I'd know I'd be protected. Two, he'd have to sign a legal disclaimer to say he won't fuck my life up or anything in it. And three, if he did, then he'd have to hand me all the money back. But yeah, I'm going to be very expensive, you know. I'm going to be at least £28 million to get with. So somebody who's got £28 million, you know what I mean? Jeffree Star hasn't got that much, has he? Yeah. So if a guy wants to get with me that bad, I'll think about it for £28 million. Yeah. I'm worth it. Deep down, I know I'm worth a lot of money. I haven't worked most of my life because I have struggled with severe learning disabilities that I still conquer every single day of my living life, and having anxiety is one of them. And I deal with that the best way that I can. But in this day and age, we're in very rocky times, turbulent times, and I just try my hardest to stay strong and bite the bullet, do you know what I mean? But yeah, come back for part 2, guys.